Howdy there. My name is Paraline, or Para, or whatever you'd like to call me. Today, I'm showcasing a replay I did in my 114 SP2. So to pause the video replay here, as you can see, you have me, my 114, a Chieftain, a 183, a Leo, M6Yo, a Object 268 V4, and a TVP on my team. On the enemy team, we have a Caro 45T, a Chieftain, a Grille, a Hori, a Leo 1, Object 260, and a Rhino. There is two teams in this match. On our team, we have, which I believe is the 183 and an Object 268. On the enemy team, we have the Object 260 and the Rhino that are both on teams here. So at the start of this match, because I know the 114 does not have great hull power unless I am pulled down, so I decide I'm going to go middle, along with this Leo 1 and the M6Yo. The 114, recently added into the game, does have a very stable turret, but it's still very weak at the same time. The 268 V4 joins us, along with the Leo and M6Yo on this one low hill here. The Grille on the enemy team pushes up, Chieftain does end up taking 16 damage from the M268 V4. They care for the team, the 1 and the Rhino team pushing this middle flank aggressively. I do attempt to try and get a shot into the Rhino, but I do not have the gun position on where I'm at. But we do end up losing our 183 in the back there because it was spotted and focused right in the middle here. Still do attempt getting shots into the Rhino with a Caro. The Caro does end up getting a shot into me there. I did try and take a look to see where I got shot, but I did not see. Most likely in the cupola or somewhere in the cheeks. I do not want to push aggressively here because I do know the Caro does have multiple shells within that clip, and it is not worth me trying to push there with the Rhino and the Caro there. So I try and stay back and see if I can get a shot into the Chieftain here. As you can see, my very counter-erratic movements just keep track of where the Caro and the Rhino what the Caro and the Rhino are doing. The Rhino decides to push down. Here puts a shot into me. Rhino backs up after taking multiple hits in one shot position. Over into 260, decide to push where we are at. That does cause the army to go down on the team. But we do lose our Object 260 before. I do end up taking a hit from either the 260 or the Chieftain of that. Caro aggressively pushes me in. The Chieftain Mark 6 on the enemy team is a one-shot, and the Chieftain on our enemy, our teammate, Chieftain, takes him out. The 260 here decides to push, bounces him, but that lead one from earlier didn't make one shot. Chieftain, our team, is a one-shot. The enemy 260 just got hammered by the M6Yo. And a lot of tanks go down there, which is beautiful, which leaves the Caro 45 for the last one, and that gives us the win. That brings in a victory in my 114 SP2, a second class mastery badge, a Confederate medal for damaging more enemy vehicles than any other players, almost 4,000 damage, and 6 damage in total, 96,000 credits earned, and 16,000 XP combat XP earned. Now, there is multiple things within that replay I could have done better. So let's go over that real quick. Because of where I'm currently at, and knowing my tank's current gun depression, it would have been better instead of being going middle. I could have went over toward A and prevented a lot of those tanks from over there from pushing up on my teammates here. I would have had a better advantage over there than where I currently do. Due to my teammates' lineup and where they were going, it would not have been wise for me to go over towards C, where the TVP is currently heading. As you can see, the TVP, out on his lonesome, is requesting help. But as you can see, our teammates are determined to be in the middle to right side of the map on this spawn here. With the 183, who's going to move up here, the Chieftain Mark 6 still in the back, and the 26AV4 behind me. The Leo 1, the Rhino, and the Caro are going to aggressively push this flank in the middle, which eventually leads to that 183's death. The Grille, though spotted, is not going to be our main concern over here. It's that Chieftain who knows we are spotted, but does not think he is spotted from that range, which it was a mistake from him. What he should have done is stop there and waited. As you can see, he aggressively pushes his flank right here because he did not believe he would get spotted from this far. But there is multiple mediums on our flank here that would have been able to easily spot him if we already spotted the grill. So this Chieftain would have gotten shot regardless because he played too aggressively. And ends up taking 1600 HP from him. I myself is still not in a great position to where I'm currently at. I am not where I should be. What I should be is over there on the ridge line near A, or pushed forward into the little town over there, into A, to keep that Chieftain and the Grille from pushing too aggressively. It would also distracted the Caro and the Leo 1 a little bit more, and maybe not have let them spot our 183 as quickly, as they would have been more focused on me. Our 268V version 4 here is still in the back. It does already take a big hit from, I believe, the Grille. Chieftain has finally awoken, is finally joining the battle. Caro, now, because we don't have a angle on him, our Yo over here seems to be aiming into the sky, the Leo 1 not really paying attention after putting a shot into the Chieftain, allows the Caro to push up and put shots into the 183. Meanwhile, over here, the 260, knowing we're right here, does not push aggressively past this little mountain here and stays right there. Leo 1 does end up taking a few hits because it decided to play aggressively. Rhino pushes here, does end up putting a shot into that 183 yet again, but does end up taking a hit, which seems to be 296. So let's see who shot him there. What it seems to be, the 183 attempted to use some sort of hesh round on him, and it did not pin. Decides to stay where he's at. He does not seem to have his track damaged. He's just sitting there, so he's taking useless damage where he does not need to be. What he should have done is taken the shots and then backed up. But knowing the only shots he could have taken were from that 183, and they're not aggressively pushing here, along with the 268 version 4 not paying attention, he knows he could have just sat here and just kept on pummeling shots into the 183. So with that, he was able to take out our 183. And once he took him out, he backed up. So the Lee 1, knowing that these two teammates are distracted and our 183 went down, and only the 268 version 4 paying attention, pushes down here to see if he can get a free shot at it somewhere. Decides not to because the 268 version 4 frontal armor is better, and the Leo 1 cannot easily pin it quickly. Our Leo 1 decides to go on the other side over here and see if he can get some lucky shots. So the Gorilla on the enemy team just took a 434 hit from our Yo, but does take a hit in return. Yo does end up putting another shot into him. I try and shoot a shot into the Rhino, but the Caro does end up putting a shot into me. So at this time, the Rhino goes unspotted because we are not close enough. Caro is still playing very aggressively. Leo has taken a hit. The Caro seems to be focused on our Leo at this time. And they also capped base A, which is over here, where I should have been originally. This is where the Chieftain's at, and I believe the 260 and the Grele are going to be moving up to, along with the later on, you'll see the Harid. Again, I pushed this flank to where I'm not supposed to be. Along with, if I was not here, these Rhino and the Caro and the Leo could have easily popped over to the side here because these guys were not paying attention and put shots into them. Along with me being over there, probably wouldn't have helped the team neither. EO, after putting, I think maybe missing a shot seems, second shell goes into the 2CC there for 459. Rhino seems to go over there to go ahead and come on down. I couldn't get a shot into the Chieftain or the 260 that pushes up. Still focusing the Caro on my team. He does take a hit in there. Rhino does a very aggressive play, which probably a lot of damage for him. Maybe have had lag or was not paying attention, but played too aggressively. Rhino is a very good thing to have on your team. Hori here decides to play very aggressively. Would have been way better if he stayed in the back there, somewhere to where he would have probably been more useful. Playing aggressively where he's at, as a front line, mostly kind of paper TD, will easily get focused and destroyed, along with all the tanks that are currently sitting over here. So overall, that was a huge mistake on the Hori's in there. But in the end, the Leo 1 was able to finally focus our T68 version 4 and take him out. Which leaves the Chieftain Mark 6 a one-shot. The 260 not able to push aggressively because they no longer have to worry about the 268 version 4. And the Leo 1 and the Caro to play more aggressively because they know no one's over here. Our 183 is dead. And it's only going to be me and the M6 Yo on this flank. The Leo is going to be up there. Our TVP is still sitting over here. He's really not doing too much. And our Chieftain is currently on the flank. The TVP did end up capping the C base for us, so that does kind of help us a little bit. Do end up taking a hit, which I believe from the 260 there, for 365. Can we see where he pinned me there? That would be nice to know. No, I don't think I can. But that does bring me down to 1500 health. But during the time right when I was shot, the Leo 1 does take out their Rhino. Caro here makes a very silly move in aggressively pushing, which if the Caro played a little more carefully, probably would have been better for his team to not waste this much HP on a aggressive push with a 1000 HP Yo and a 1500 114 SP2 here, as these are both big guns, and he does not know where our reload hits are. So aggressively pushes here, but due to me putting a shot into him, I do take more hits there. Looks like someone did try and HE me there for 86 damage. I do take a 1 full hit there, bounce 1, and splash for 86. So, as you can see here, I'm at 1149. I take a hit from Leo 1, that leaves me at 788. Caro aggressively pushes and puts a shot into the Yo. But our chieftain does take out the enemy chieftain. The Leo high rolls here for 450 and leads me into a one-shot. Caro knows I am aiming down sight and doesn't aggressively push there, which was a smart decision. But this 260, wasting HP, decides to aggressively push me to try and take me out, and which cost him his ammo rack being damaged. Which in that turn he also does bounce me. Knowing I just fired, he could have taken his time, sat there for a second, and made sure his shot was aimed in. The Leo 1 does put a shot into our chieftain, which does leave him a one shot. So the 260 at this time is about 800 health, Leo's about 1000, and the Caro is at 475. And the grill is still back there. The 260 here decided to aggressively push and does take a ammo rack hit, which loses a very good gun on their team to possibly help them win. The Leo 1, knowing that his teammate just died, decided to, even though his teammates did just die, still did aggressively push. And at the same time, our TVP, who has not really done much this match, has finally taken out that one-shot grill. So in the Leo 1 pushing and dying from it, we do lose our Chieftain Mark 6, but we do take out that Leo 1, which does leave Justice Caro alive. So there is still the TVP back here who is full health, Leo, M6 Yo, and me left. But this Caro is not going to last very long because this Leo, knowing he has no one else around, is just going to push him and take him out. Does end up bouncing that first shot on the Caro, but our TVP, who hasn't really done much, just took him out. So, very good match on my team, and very good match from the enemy team. Shows why it's probably not best to push too quickly. Otherwise, it can cost your team. Thank you for watching. This was my review, my own replay, the 114 SP2. If you believe that you want to send in a replay for me to review, send it over on my Discord. It will be in the description. Thank you for watching.